On the presidential plane on his way to Red Docent territory, Gromulus and Max were having a discussion. The war is lost, Gromulus said. There is no denying it at this point. We have all lost. Don't be so downtrodden, Gromulus, Max said. It's only a matter of time before we simply convince the Red Docents to sweep through our lands and liberate it. The people are being liberated. They are liberating the country from me. And frankly, I deserve every bit of hatred they send my way. Come on, sir, you don't honestly mean that. Sure, you've done some problems, but... Just then, 6 members of the Royal Rebels emerged into the presidential suite. Gromulus? Gromulus said. Is that you? It is, Gromulus said. I would say nice to see you two again, if it was. However, I'm here to ensure the return to democracy. Gromulus, come back with us! You can help fix this country! Gromulus simply shook his head. I'm here to restore democracy back to our nation, Gromulus, old friend, and no amount of what you offer is going to change that. So this is it, then, Max said. These rebels are here to bring us all to justice, I take it. Hardly, Gromulus said. We're here to kill you. Once that's done, the people of Greenland can finally enjoy peace and prosperity. You might as well surrender. It's over. Max twisted a device he hid behind his back, and one of the plane engines blew up. Then it looks like we'll be sharing this last ride together! Outside of the wreck, Gromulus points his gun at Max. Max simply looks up at Gromulus, blood trickling from the side of his lips. Well, you got us, Max said simply. Was it worth it? And Max breathed his last. Gromulus looked at himself and realized he was not going to survive the next few minutes. He was already bleeding out. If Greenland needed a future, it would have to be without him. He preferred it to be this way. He didn't care much about governance anyway. Walking towards a nearby rock, he didn't know where he was, nor did he care, but he decided to spend his last few moments looking out towards the sunrise, towards a new dawn, and looking at the dawn of a brand new day. Gromulus, finally, let's go. A few days later, the remnants of the Green government was meeting with the rest of the Alliance in order to discuss terms of surrender. While we appreciate your willingness to surrender, Blueston said, one part of the delegation, I'm afraid that we can't just simply let you roam free. Please, you guys have got to understand. One of the Green representatives said, we only attacked because we don't have the resources to stand up to the Red Docents. You can't fight the Red Docents. That's what you call invading a neutral neighbor to your south, Tannenberg said, not amused. We must calm down with this, Carl said. Obviously, the Greens didn't want this war. Only their leaders did. And with most of their leadership dead, Giornos began. I doubt that we must punish the entire country for this. We still need guarantees that nothing like this can happen again, Ataturk said. Is the Green government willing to concede their territorial gains for the Tans and Blues. The people are in rebellion, the other green representative said. We have no choice. Can we please just negotiate something? The other leaders looked at each other. Obviously, Crown Prince Tatsu began. You have not heard the recent agreement we made. We will not accept anything that does not include the words unconditional surrender on all fronts. You let the purples surrender? They surrendered before we made this declaration. We cannot return to our people without some guarantee of victory. All of Greenland will be humiliated by this! No, it cannot be so! You will tell your people that this is the will of the gods. You will unconditionally surrender, or the war resumes. And we will tear your cities down until your people are no more. Faced with this ultimatum, the Greens representatives unconditionally surrender. They all signed the parchment detailing it. Don't worry. We've put in clauses where you can negotiate later if things change, Giorno said. But until then, the negotiations are over. The Greens left, humiliated. The director looked on, saying nothing. And now, Giorno said, to business. Obviously, the Red Dawsons are now our highest priority. But we can't get them to surrender like the Greens did. They will fight on to the death. Yes. They're purging even deeper into the Grey Union, and those artillery pieces you gave us has slowed their advance. We need something that will convince the Reds that this will never work. We have something, Tatsu began. Your Majesty, you're not serious, are you? I'm afraid so, Blueston. What are you talking about? The Bulgaria. We have a weapon. Ataturk raised an eyebrow. What kind of weapon? A weapon capable of wiping out an entire city. Tambar choked on his coffee. What? Yes. We didn't tell any of you about this because we are hesitant to use it ourselves. You had a weapon that could have ended this war this whole time, and you didn't tell us! Johan started shouting. Calm down, Tatsu said. We have reservations about this weapon. We think that Jalin will refuse, but we cannot be certain. So you're not gonna use it on the hope that you never have to? We don't want it to happen. None of us do. The director listens to this with intriguing. Then he speaks. How about we give the Red Dawsons the chance to surrender, and if they refuse, we drop this weapon. Even Ataturk didn't miss that one. Old friend, you're not serious, are you? It may well be our only option. Jalin has instilled a sense of supreme loyalty in his people. Nothing short than his death, or something catastrophic happening, will convince him otherwise. Either way, Jalin's death will tear apart the Red Union, which would greatly destabilize one of the larger countries in the world. Which is why we can organize a bit of occupation zones. Yeah, that'll go well, Tannenberg said, sarcastically. It may be their only way to experience free elections. Still, though, I hate how we have to do it. the weapon will leave the area uninhabitable for decades. I do not make this suggestion lightly, but it is the quickest way to end this war. But I fear the consequences this will have. Your Majesty, you do realize how desperate we are. We'll take anything. Tatsu shook his head. I must consult my father and see if this is the best choice to make. We will also consult our own governments. We may have to prepare for something that we may have caused. Hey guys, it's me, Van Sorensen, coming at you here from my little thing here. I just have some quick announcements that I want to tell you. Yeah. So, in relationship to the video you just watched, yeah, I'm quietly approaching my last tether when it comes to this game. The Armament series is on its last legs. However, you still have the last decision to make. I will be opening up, after this video goes live, I will be opening up a poll to decide if Jolin surrenders or does not. Decide carefully, because when this series does come back, when this universe returns for another series, there will have repercussions. It will be open for as long as I think it will, probably 9 days. But on the 10th day, it will close, and the decision will be final. On a happier note, I have some more series ideas coming out for you guys. Star Wars Empire at War is coming back. I will be using the Fall of the Republic mod before I go to Thrawn's Revenge once again. Also, I'm planning on starting an XCOM 2 series. It will just be a goofy series. Just something that we can all just, laugh at and have some fun with. And speaking of laughing, this channel now has a Discord. The link will be in the description. However, I'm debating whether or not to move to TeamSpeak. It's just one of those ideas I have floating around in my head. In addition to this, I'm also gonna be finishing up all these other series. Yes, yeah, that's it. Like Age of Empires 2. Not many people like that video, but not many people like that series, but I need to get that off the back burner. And there's plenty of other games I want to play as well. The Star Wars series for the Men of War mod will probably come later this year, because after a series of crashes, because after the maps keep constantly crashing upon me, I am done with Men of War for the time being. Anyway, I hope you all understand. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the adventures of the future. Goodbye for now, my friends.